Hi. So we're back, and we're talking about some of the complications that sometimes come up with appeals. So, sometimes people come to me after a lawsuit was won, and they come and they say, I don't know what to expect out of the downtown courts, out of the county court. And so things start in the justice court, they get appealed up to the county court, totally different judge, and really a new set of rules and expectations out of the county court. And so one of the issues that comes up a lot is the issue of new claims. For example, a landlord files a lawsuit to evict a tenant because they have an unauthorized pet. And so they have photographs of the pet, they've got witness statements of the pet. They themselves have gone and seen the pet. The tenant does not deny that they had a pet. But at the justice court, while they lost, the tenant decided, I'm going to appeal because they've since gotten rid of the pet. Okay. Well, if rent was not an issue, but became an issue after the lawsuit was filed, unfortunately, you cannot introduce the issue of non-payment on appeal. So if the basis of your lawsuit in the justice court was an unauthorized pet, and then they stopped paying rent and haven't paid rent this entire time, unfortunately, you're not allowed to ask for rent. And a very good defense on their part would be, it's not in the original pleadings, and so they don't get to ask for it. And so that would actually require a second lawsuit or a new eviction matter in the justice court all over again. New issues cannot be introduced on appeal. And so while the other side is entitled to a brand new defense, it can't be to some new matter, right? So if they tried an argument in the justice court that the justice court didn't like, they could try a different argument in the county court that the county court might like. But you, as the plaintiff, cannot introduce a new cause of action on appeal. If you said that the only reason you were evicting this person was because they had an unauthorized pet, but then all of a sudden they started or they stopped paying rent, unfortunately, that fact doesn't come in. It's a bad fact, and it's unfortunate that it happens, and it shouldn't happen, but that's a separate cause of action, and you would have to go back to the justice court and file a new cause of action or a new basis for a lawsuit, because the only things that can be heard on the appeal are the issues that came up in the original filing. Anything else would be improper. And if the court did rule in your favor, then they do have reversible error for a second appeal, and nobody wants that because they'll get to stay and you'll have to start the process all over. It's a mess. So again, if you have a new issue pop up, you either A, have to restart the process, or B, you have to hope that the basis for the original issue is enough to get them out, and you cut your losses and say, well, I know I didn't get rent, but I could sue them later in a separate lawsuit. My highest value, though, is getting possession back, and that might just be the key.